guys. How are y'all doing?
What's up,
guys? Welcome to another Tuesday, season 3, episode 40 already.
40.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Him down there, he's hurting.
Yeah, I'm hurting bad today.
Been a long
man, you got a lot of people in the house to welcome there, Mr. Grant.
What's
Check
up?
that out. What's up, Jag?
Yeah.
Jag Fishing, Pickle Outdoors, Henry Mosley, Channel Cats, Danny Baker, David Martin. Cheers. Happy Tuesday.
I want a picture of this, of all those names. That's just like solid names you got there. Trying to get myself in frame here.
Contest for photos, so if you don't make, Channel, he'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
We're gonna have to delay that. I put an announcement on the Discord. I had a really rough last couple of days. I am in pain today, and I wasn't able to get the photo thing taken care of. So, like I said, we'll talk about that a bit, but don't worry about that. We'll get that thing taken care of.
Maybe do a double whammy or something.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Grant, how was your week since the last time we were all hanging out here?
It was windy. Didn't get out to do anything because we had red flag warnings, like something we never have here in Southern Illinois. But it's like, Don't burn, don't go fishing, don't go outside. The wind will
stay
blow
in your house, keep quiet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
No rain, just wind. We did get a cool down.
Hold on a second. I get what kind of wind are we talking about?
It was 30 to 35 mile an hour winds.
That's red flag.
That's red flag for us.
That's not fair, is what that is. That's a breezy day. We average 15-20s. If you get a day off at 30, dude, our economy would shut down here.
It's crazy.
Man.
Janet, cheers. Justin Garza, hello. Wild Japan, good to see you.
What's up, everybody? So
I will say the weather's been nice. Like temperature's been nice around here.
Yeah, I was going to say same here. We finally had finally had rain. We've been desert climate as far as rain, legitimately, and so we finally got rain on Sunday, and it started here Saturday night and rained just about steady rain all day Sunday, which was nice. We needed it. And then it cooled down, right? We've been hot as could be, but now it jumps around so fast. Tomorrow morning when I get up, it's going to be 45 degrees out. I'm like 45 in San Antonio in October?
The temperature's still going down? I thought we were past this whole thing already.
Well, you're a little further south, but no, we're not going to come back out of this. Tomorrow's going to be cold, and then I think Thursday when it starts coming back up a little bit. So, tomorrow morning, 45. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, we're supposed to be like 28 in the morning. New record low for the October 19th for sure. Wow. NBA Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance coming in wide open sideways.
What's up, man? I saw him taking apart his shed the other day.
Nicholas Pool Yacht Outdoors, good to see you. Southern Blessed Homestead. They're in northern Mississippi. I think the cold was even going down to them.
Man. Yeah, so but by the weekend it's going to be back around 80 something. It's going to be really nice weather. The drawback to the rain was it's the first rain we've had since we've had the boat here. So, of course, Monday I'm like, well, let me go look at the boat and see if this rain had any effect. And we got some leaks in the cabin of the boat. So,
that's not a bad way to find it, but still that kind of
you got to find them to fix them. So, bust out another 1,000. I'll be adding to my list up to the top of the list, right?
Caulk magic.
Leaks.
Definitely.
And I'm looking at Grady White Forum and it's like, well, where this mounts, it could be leaking, and where that mounts, it could be leaking, and where this mounts, and it could be you pull the rub rail off, and all those screws could be leaking. I'm like, holy smokes, I got a lot of work ahead of me, but got to chase them down. Can't have a wet, smelly, rotted interior in a boat. So, chase those down. But I did get the trailer done. So I'm very happy about that.
Nice. Okay.
I would be more concerned about trailer issues than cabin. Cabin seems easier than trailer to me. So to me, I'm hearing that the the not fun work is kind of out of the way on that.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah.
So Farmall Fanatic in the house with a big boom. What's up, Farmall?
Farmall, man.
Christopher Vela, got to hang out with him the other day. I don't know if we did pictures of that or not. I don't have any pictures tonight, Chris. I apologize. Crazy couple of days we'll get into in a minute here. But I do still have pictures. Awesome getting to hang out with him on the jetty.
Rattle Trap's in the house.
What's up, Rattle Trap? Jag fishing, going after that big buck, dude. I hope you get him.
Yeah.
I hope you get him.
That's when I first come across Jag fishing on YouTube, was back when he was doing live streams while he was out hunting.
Yep.
Was that 4 years ago now? Probably, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say 4.
Like, dang, because I see people live streaming fishing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I see him live streaming hunting. I'm like, what the hell? That's cool.
Yeah, he killed a couple deer on live stream.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Mark J. Larson, cheers.
What's up, man?
Yep. Oh man, so yeah, that's me. Is going to be boat. But if y'all, those of you that have YouTube channels, right? You got a new feature that just come out. If you're using the app, so you're on your phone or iPad or whatever, down there where you got the like and share and all that underneath the video, there's a create button. You click on that sucker, and it'll let you select short, and you can, from any of your videos, you can pick a portion. It'll let you edit it and pick a portion of that video that you want to make into a short. So if you're looking at an easy way, because I did 2 of them today because it was so easy, just wanted to play with it. But if you want an easy way to make shorts, if you're catching that big fish or you're shooting something or you're doing something cool, you can put out a bunch of shorts and get some views. So,
and I think you can do it to other people's videos too, can't you?
I know
they accept the permission.
I don't know if you can do. Oh, let's see, right night. Let me see if we can do that real quick.
Are you clipping?
You get to clip where you can take part of theirs, but it's not a short. And I don't know the legalities of using it either.
Channel Cats is asking what my biggest whitetail, my biggest buck. I actually got, I guess it would be my last video of deer hunting. I got the recovery of him. That was November 13th of 2020.
Wow, has it been that long since you posted? Dude, you got to.
Yeah, I only went deer hunting twice last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 2020.
That's right. You were, you guys were undermanned and stuff. You were doing extra time.
Yeah.
It does not look like. Oh no, it does let you create a short from someone else's video. It looks like.
They will. They're introducing some stuff for just some things that I'm hearing behind the scenes. They are going to start. They are working really hard at allowing the licensing of copyrighted music into videos now with YouTube. They're hitting that hard.
It's something different because when I click on it under my own video, one of the options is short, so I can create a short. But under someone else's video, my options are sound, use a sound from this video, or cut, use a segment from the video. So it doesn't give you the actual option to make a short from someone else's video, but you can still use sound or a segment from it.
Okay. We will have to play with that. I'm looking at some channels in the chat right now thinking, I know some videos that I'm going to be playing with.
Yeah. I wonder if they're trying to get into like TikTok, how you stitch with other people or something, maybe.
Something along those lines, it looks like.
Hey, Monica.
Monica, good to see you.
Joseph Hill, what's up, man?
No, those all lost the staring contest.
Man, this chat is going so fast. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that GoPro thing. That one. I've had that issue with the Epidemic too. Like I pay for that music licensing deal, and I've had them copyright claim videos before. It only lasts for I only have to email them, and then they immediately take it away. It's never been a huge deal, but it has happened.
Small Water Charter. Speaking of using music in videos, they use a lot of music in videos.
Cool. Oh man, what else is up, guys? What else is going on? People in the chat, what have you done lately? Any of you gone out and got that buck yet?
Hey Joseph, you need to join us in the Discord. He's saying if you ever need anything drawn of a favorite fishing time, let me know. That would be a really the Discord would be a really cool place for you to show off some of that stuff. You can put some pictures in there of your work, and we can talk about that on the stream.
Right.
Like to see what you're doing. Ben Covrubia says got back home late last night and been recovering since. I hope you mean you got back from Corpus Christi. So Ben and his brother came down from Houston and they joined us during Sharkathon, and we went and we went fishing and we drank and we smoked cigars and
sounds great.
And somehow managed to get back up and do it all over again like the next morning, which I have not been so gassed in a long time. I was so run down. I was worn out, and getting up, I had things getting in my way the whole time. I forget what day it was, Sunday morning, I think. And I was like, I was going to get up and go fishing, and some things popped up that kind of got in the way. I forget what it was, like my trying to get girls out the door and that kind of stuff for everything going on. And they were out there fishing, and they waited patiently for me. And I got out there, and I wasn't even able to get a rod in the water. But it was nice just being able to. We were at Packery. It was nice just being able to hang out Sunday morning, kind of seeing everything that was going on down there. It was packed. It was a mess, and I was not. I didn't feel like I was missing anything fishing. But getting to hang out with everybody was cool.
Very cool.
Joseph, I really enjoyed getting to hang out with your brother on the jetty, man. That was a real cool experience for me too. Getting to that was the week prior. I got to hang out with Christopher Vela over at Packery.
Pickle said he had to help drag a buddy's deer out of the woods. Nice.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, if that was the hill video I watched, I believe that was a pretty good hill to drag one up.
Yeah, always hunt uphill so you're dragging them downhill, guys.
Yes, Kai, drop that link. Drop it.
Appreciate that, Kai. Thank you. I owe him some artwork. Speaking of artwork, Joseph, I owe some design work to the server. I'm real behind on because of the tournament, but I got that coming, Kai. I promise. We got some flyers and stuff that are going to be going out.
No doubt.
Joseph, the OK Fishing is about to post a link. When he does, that'll be the link you're looking for.
Boom, Mark J.
What's up, man? Cheers.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you, sir. Yeah, dragging a deer is definitely see if you're in shape or not.
Yeah. I'm kind of I'm already tired. You're gonna if I'm not coming across as being tired yet, let me reiterate just how exhausted I am right now. And just hearing that, just the prospect of having to drag a deer, I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it right now. I don't even want to have that conversation.
Right. Yeah, it was Tug Hill. That's right. Tug Hill. Dragging a deer up Tug Hill. Danny Baker working on the short. I seen he put some pictures on Facebook over the weekend. He caught some fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He'd be getting into the redfish.
Yep, he's at Brownwood Lake, he said. Kayak.
Are there weights in that deer? That's still funny.
Man.
I tell you what, though, I'm so sick of all the jokes now. Like they have gotten to the point where everyone and their mother is like doing TikTok videos and stuff of dragging weights out of their fish or using weights as bait and stuff.
Yeah, it's been played out. Well, I guess it hasn't because they're still doing it. But.
Yeah, everybody's trying to soak up the last little bits of laughs out of it.
Man, and the TikToks after Tennessee beat Alabama. Woo, those were good. That was a good game. I watched that one. I don't have a dog in the hunt in that one, but when I watch a game like that where neither team is really my team, I always root for the supposed underdog. Man, 15 years straight losing to Alabama, and then they beat them. They tore that damn goalpost down. Ended up in the damn river. They took it down the road and threw it in the river. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
Oh, that is just the most redneck thing you could do. Is like
exactly.
take
What
that
we're gonna do with it?
we're
Let's
gonna go
throw
chunk
it
it
in
in
the
the
river.
river. It's buried down there with a bunch of bicycles and HEB carts.
Yep.
Yeah, that's bad.
There was some good sports. Unfortunately for me, this year I'm a Broncos. Well, I've always been a Bronco fan, but this year is an unfortunate year. And last night I stayed up all the way to overtime to see my Broncos lose. Man, didn't get up 5:30 this morning, and I'm just dog tired, dragging.
Hey, NBA, we do that. We collect couches, take them out to the beach, and have we'll have a big bonfire, and we'll put couches out around the bonfire so we can hang out, and then we'll end up chunking those in the bonfire too.
Yeah, Southern Homestead. I seen the NCAA or whoever they are said they were going to charge Tennessee for that damage for that goalpost. I don't know why they would, but so they started a GoFundMe, and I guess they're making thousands and thousands of dollars because all these people are like, hell yeah, I'll help pay for that shit. It's just crazy story all around.
They're gonna pull the other one out of the river. It's gonna be full of lead weights.
Yeah,
It had to be said.
No. Ouch. Oh man.
So how was Sharkathon? Was there a good turnout?
Yeah, gruesome detail.
Okay, so it was an interesting tournament. And this is all stuff that we filmed our video, we did our whole thing, but none of this is really going to go into the video, so it's a fun conversation. So we got a shark. We got one shark. It was really rough conditions. It was like 3 to 5 foot surf. And this was the shark that I got.
Jaws.
Yep, I kept him. He didn't make it, so he made it to the shelf. Not a terribly big guy, but he's good enough. He was good enough to put on the shelf here.
Right.
But he sat out. I paddled out. It was like my first cast on one of those days, and I swam out because the surf was so big. I had no way of getting my baits out, and so I swam that thing out to that third sandbar, caught him immediately, and so I immediately had to swim out another bait. And I had to do that a couple times over the course of the weekend. And man, I was seeing stars. And what was funny about it, it was so rough and the currents were so rough. It was a really hard swim with big fishing rod and stuff the whole time. But I swam out to that sandbar, I cast out, and then I swam back, and I'm just like bobbing, and I'm like, this is the end, kind of swimming before I finally hit the sandbar. And I get back to the truck, and I'm just totally exhausted. I put the rod in the holder, and I look over, and the guy next to me has a drone flying his bait out, and he lands it right next to where I just did my swim out. He did that to me 4 times. I still caught more sharks than he did. Hey, Farmal.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Farmal.
Cheers.
Most. Hey, can OK post a link if is he an admin on your page, Grant, or does that matter anymore?
No, he is.
I haven't seen him come back and post it yet.
Cheat bastard. Appreciate you, Farmal. The Llama Gods. Hello. Good to see you.
Yeah, hello. Good to see you.
Here we go. I'm putting in the link. Oh, shoot. No, I can't do that. Sorry.
You thought you were putting in a link.
Yeah, if you don't have Farmal, make sure you check out Farmal. Working on that 30K before Halloween. He's going to get there.
Smokes. That's ridiculously awesome.
Yeah, man.
There
you go, Joseph.
Sold a Ford F-150 5.0 for a drone. 1990. Okay.
Yeah, speaking
of
drone.
I haven't flown my drone in forever. Well, I haven't been fishing, but I haven't even just flown it in forever. I got to get out there and fly it a little bit.
I took mine out 3 times this summer, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get some drone footage, and I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna do it right, and blah blah blah. And all 3 times, I had some ridiculous failure with that drone, to where either the camera didn't record when I hit record, when it's recording, the files were like unusable. Couldn't get the thing in the air one time. The 3rd time, I just about took the thing and just dove it into the drink.
I'm thinking maybe you're just not a drone person.
I'm not.
That's kind of what I've felt over the time I've known you.
I despise that thing. I hate it. The footage looks gorgeous. I love drone footage.
Yeah, me too.
But I just despise that thing.
I think if you get another drone, Stanley, you got to get the newer one where you don't have to use your phone. It has its own controller with a screen and everything, so you don't have to use your phone.
That'd make a big difference, because that does make me mad. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me mad that I have to shut down filming. I had the same issue. Like, the reason I don't go live is because anytime I'm live, when I'm fishing or if I'm doing the drone or anything else, that shuts me down. I'm not filming. Yeah. Anything that I do, anything that happens is not going to happen on camera. And that could be, that could be make or break for the entire video. I could get this amazing B-roll, but if I miss out on the one catch that makes that video, that's it. I'm done. The whole video is like a waste. So I'm real careful about that. And it does drive me up a wall when I got to get pulled away from primary production for drone footage.
I don't know, David. What's up, Brian?
David, that happened a while ago. What happened? It was some kind of conflict with the phone people. Like, so I got a DJI, and mine worked great, no problem. And then I think someone else in here brought up that there was some kind of issue with them. You couldn't use them, and so I was like, okay, whatever's going on. So I got mine out one day. And I went and hit on the app, and it couldn't open. I'm like, uh-oh. So I go to the app store, can't find a DJI app. I'm like, oh, man, this ain't good. And that's where the problem is. You can't get it. But if you go to their website, it gives you instructions on how you can download their controller, their app, just not through your app store. And it was a little... like, go through this back door and knock 3 times over here and say a certain password and keys, and kind of weird to find it. But I got it, and mine works fine now. So I'm not sure what the story is behind that. I heard it was something to do with the U.S., some kind of systems. But the drones are perfectly legal, and you can fly them. It's just pain in the butt getting the app.
Yeah,
the new one. I was talking Stanley. The new Mini has a controller that doesn't require your phone, right? It has everything built into it. It's got its own screen and all that. So if you get that, you kind of don't have to worry about all that stuff.
Yeah, I finally got the app going again on my phone and got the drone up, a couple weeks ago. Okay. Was planning on using it to dig sweet potatoes. I thought that would be pretty cool, but the 25-mile-an-hour winds prevented that.
Yeah. Small drones don't do good in high winds.
That's another one. Those days where we're actually able to get it up in the air down here are few and far between.
Right.
I save every lick of footage I can get from the drone. Most of the time I have my brother come down and film for me once or twice a year. And I save every lick of drone footage I get from him, and I will reuse it from time to time if I need that shot.
Yeah, Jack, that is frustrating. You want to use it, and then, you need to calibrate the drone, or you need to download an update. That's like, God dang it. No, David, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I haven't heard anything else other than what I was just saying. Something newer, huh? That ain't cool. Christmas is coming. DJI is going to want to sell some drones in the U.S.
Right.
I got some ideas for a hunt, but I'm looking for small game myself, at least at the moment.
I bet it would take some practice to drop a bait with the drone.
Yeah. So before I even bought a drone, when I went down Padre Island, and I was like, that's what I want. I want a drone that can take video and I can fly baits out. So it needs to be a big, heavy-duty drone. And then when I went on Padre Island's website, and they're like, we don't allow drones on Padre Island National Seashore. I was like, oh, well, I can't fly the drone, there's no use getting that big, heavy drone. So I got the mini, and then I went to the area that Stanley was fishing. Right, that beach area doesn't have that rule because it's not part of the National Seashore. So people were flying drones around there. I was like, well, shit. Now I'd like to just find an older drone that has the capacity to carry the bait out and doesn't have to have video, good camera, or nothing. I would just, if I get cheap enough, I'd use it just to take bait out.
Yeah, are you saying Scully's saying no drones, no bait cannons on pins? Is that accurate?
You can't use a drone or a bait cannon on pins.
Okay. I'm just going to have to say something on this. Like, that's all fine. I understand. That's like a federal place, so they have federal rules regarding what you're allowed to do down there. All that aside, I have seen people fly drones down there. I think I've seen people with bait cannons before. I don't remember, but I've seen people with like potato guns, same thing. And I go down there, and it's like every other time I go down there, somebody's got a gun. Either they're shooting shotguns in the dunes, or somebody's got they've got a sidearm on them for whatever stupid reason. They're out walking around.
You can carry guns there.
You can.
If you're legal to carry a firearm, you're allowed to carry them on pins. Yeah, I take my conceal with me when I go to pins. Especially
I'm not going to say a word about that, but kind of my side of it is there are issues with, like, the further down you go down pins, it can get kind of dangerous. Some of the people you could run into down there.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're somebody who is carrying, you may have a reason, a perfectly valid reason for doing so, regardless of whatever the law is.
Yeah, I don't know. If there's I know that's up near the Dallas area, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the person I just bought our boat. That's where he lives. But he had the boat down in Port O'Connor. So Burleson. There's some lakes up there. I know there's a lot of lakes around the Dallas area. Some nice, especially catfish type lakes.
Yeah, my brother is in Waco, I think it's by Grapevine, something like that. I'm not sure, but Lake Waco is where he always goes. That's not Dallas, and I'm not familiar with Burleson, but if it's in that area, that is an option.
Going after the rabbits.
That's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm actually considering film. Like, I don't have any equipment to do it, but I'm considering going guerrilla style on a rabbit hunting video for fun.
It'd be pretty neat.
See if we can do it.
Law enforcement can carry anytime in New York.
I believe that's true here too.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, can't snare in Illinois.
Yeah, they got rules on traps here too.
I've never even looked into it here in Texas.
I know it exists. I don't know what the rules are, but I know that I always wanted to do that. Like, I've done survival camping before. And I've always wanted to, I know how to do like a figure 4 and snare traps and stuff like that, but I've never really done it outside of like my backyard because of the rules on them.
Can I get a beer, please?
A 22, yes, you can. No, okay. So for rabbits down here, you can use a 22, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can hunt them at night.
Oh wow!
That.
Yep.
Rabbit falls under that. Like, they don't care about squirrels down here, to my knowledge. They have no rules on squirrels. The rules on rabbits are, if they even have them, they're so inflated, like it doesn't even matter. I don't think you're allowed to hunt them on a roadside, is about where they draw the line.
Yeah, I think with squirrels, I don't know if I think they don't have a season. You still have to have a hunt license, but I don't think
you still have to have a license. Yeah.
Right. What's up, Dark 30 Outdoors?
Man,
22 is how we do it, and it is fun. It's fun. You feel like such a badass because, I mean, let's face it. Like, if you're hunting, you're using a larger caliber, firearm, and when you switch over to a 22 and just you're popping dimes at 100 yards, you just feel like a badass.
Done both for rabbit, shotgun, and 22.
Mm-hmm.
I used to cheat when I was a teenager up in Michigan because we'd go out in the woods right behind the house, and after a couple snows, rabbits up there turn white, and then the snow melts. And so now everything's brown, and here's this white thing in the brush right there. It's a little easier to spot the rabbits if you know what I mean.
Right.
We do the same thing across the street, and we painted ours red. They were easy to find.
That's crazy. 40
a day.
I can't imagine having to dress out 40 of them. That would get monotonous. Coming from a guy who likes the slaughtered whiting, so I know exactly what I'm saying on that. They're camping near pins, and around 2 a.m. a car drove by asking where the checkpoint was. Yeah, I've had that happen. I've had those weird people stop at like 2 o'clock in the morning, coming and knocking on the window. That scares the piss out of me down there. And we've seen like boats driving by, like unmarked boats with no lights on, stuff like that.
Oh, grouse is another one I miss. Used to hunt them up in Michigan too.
I want to do some duck hunting down here. I got through. It was that 3 to 5 foot surf, that heavy wind. It was really rough conditions. I had a really hard time getting and keeping baits out. That last day, there was so much seaweed and so much current. It was completely worthless fishing that day. The guy next to us where we were at, he had a ridiculous. So people get to be real jerks during this tournament from time to time. This dude had caution tape all the way around his entire estate that he had with his 5 or 6 different cars. Well, he got his comeuppance on that one. The guy had 5 or 6 lines, and he left them out overnight on Saturday night.
Oh, geez.
These baits, I mean, we're talking about, these are like heavy-duty rods. These baits are probably a quarter to a half a mile offshore. When we woke up in the morning, his lines were like across our like stretch of beach. They weren't out in the water anymore. They got dragged down from what had to have been 300 to 500 pounds of seaweed on each line.
Oh my God.
And they were all sitting on the beach. And those jackasses had to go and like reel all that stuff in and clean their lines and everything else. Like that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Sound like they were amateurs.
Yeah, it was guys out there just going to have fun. They did some other stuff that got on our nerves. I'm not even going to talk about. That's fine, whatever. But long story short, I did get a shark. I did fine. I got him he was a littler guy. He didn't survive, so I harvested him. But we had fun with it.
Did you get to see any big sharks?
No, I didn't actually. I haven't heard. I'm sure they got them. They're out there. We've been hearing stories of people catching big ones for weeks now.
What's funny is I forgot by Saturday that was a weekend for a sharkathon, and I have not seen any. Usually, personal best seaweed. Usually, every time sharkathon's on Facebook and all that, I'm seeing all kinds of people posting about how they're doing down there. I saw nothing this weekend, so that's kind of weird.
Conditions were the worst I've seen in the last 5 years, and I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was going to be good for us because half those guys kayaking, like on a surfboard, I can paddle out a bait farther than what they can do on a kayak, but it just still was not happening. I love Clem's Marina. That's where we get our bait every time we go fishing. Like if we need live shrimp, we're at Clem's at like 6 o'clock in the morning religiously. I don't fish much there, but I do believe that's a good spot to go.
Yeah. If you're going across the causeway, good place to stop.
We almost Ben and we almost all went to Fish Pass Sunday morning. We were talking about doing it Saturday night at like midnight, and then at like 6 o'clock in the morning, we're all like, instead of Fish Pass, we decided to go to Packery. The guys are tearing it up on Packery. There's a lot of, like, everybody's catching a lot of redfish, so we were kind of excited in seeing that. But it was so crowded and so overfished, it was just like not happening. I think Ben saw some tarpon, but
damn,
it just was not happening.
Just a crowded mess.
Yeah, and windy and high current, and I mean, you name it. Everything was against us on that one. They put some lines out. I was just enjoying hanging out with everyone. Yeah, so normally I do the same thing. The conditions turned at about 9 o'clock at night, and I wanted to get up and get it early in the morning and fish a little bit longer. I was trying to paced myself different than previous years. It didn't really work, but it was an experiment. And you're right, 12 to 6 is that's a good time frame.
Yeah, it's sorghum. I don't know if it's even edible. I would assume it's probably not.
Different seaweed. And this wasn't sorghum. This was actually that bayweed, the real fine stuff that really cakes onto the line.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's like real fine grass. It's terrible.
Nice. Well, good luck, Jack.
That'd be cool.
It's in April.
Kill it.
You got a lot of fish to catch between now and April.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
The waves tenderize it. That's funny. We do have a seaweed down here you can eat, but it's not the one people typically think of. For sharks, I like mullet. I'm a fan of mullet for everything. Shrimp is good for everything. But I'll take whatever I can. Like my preference is fresh and lively. I want to go with something supernatural presentation. I want to catch my own bait if I can.
What's up, Hooked Up and Backlash?
What's up, man? Good to see you make it in.
And throw some vinaigrette.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard Hooked Up and Backlash. I haven't heard you talk about being down to the coast recently. What you been up to?
Mr. Rick, what's going on? Been a while. Good to see you.
Rick? Yeah, good to see you.
I think he was out on the East Coast. I've seen some pictures from him on Instagram. He looked like he was out maybe Myrtle Beach, somewhere over in that area.
Nice.
Yeah. I heard you're East Coast. I heard that I heard they were having issues with bluefish tearing stuff up out there. Big schools of them.
What's up, Monica?
For trout, so I like to go artificials on trout if I can, just because it's like a skill and it's not one that I'm particularly good at. I like those saltwater. What are those guys? Saltwater guys. They do that slam shady. Saltwater strong. I like that slam shady.
I like live shrimp.
Live shrimp will do it for sure. It's just it gets expensive, but yeah, I mean that is the way to do it. Live shrimp will get them. Also, finger mullet, man. The biggest trout I've ever caught, I caught on finger mullet that I caught out of the surf.
Cheers, Jag.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to that. First one. You got great timing. Nice. I want to get into some gar down here. John, you ever do that when you go to the lake? You get into them?
Not on purpose. I have caught gar, both at Choke Canyon and at Calaveras. But not. Oh, and on the river. When me and Audrey rented that little house on the Nueces River, we were there to catch gar and catfish, and I got into a little alligator gar there.
What about what's the one in Mathis? Is that Lake Corpus Christi?
That's Lake Corpus Christi. I have fished Lake Corpus Christi exactly once.
Oh, okay.
And the first day we actually went up the Nueces because that's what runs into Lake Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
For the white bass. It was during the white bass run. The second day we fished the lake, and about 2 hours into the day, this humongous storm came and ran us off the lake, and it pretty much sopped up the area, just poured all day that day. So I like that lake. I just don't have a lot of experience on it. I know they got good crappie there, but
yeah, Rick talking about Long Lake. I haven't fished there in years. Last I knew, you had to be part of a club to use the boat ramp.
What? That's communist.
Yeah,
they got that down where Rich and Maxine live. All the boat ramps down there. I always go down to them to cast up bait, and I always get kicked out of there because I don't have their private membership. But now that Rich and Maxine live there, I can always just say, well, I'm with them.
There you go. I'm a guest.
Yep. Cheers.
I changed it up.
Drinking that.
The Jack and Lemonade again. It's not bad. I kind of like that one.
I was doing that the other. What is that called? There's a name for that. I was drinking one myself just last week.
tarpon. Tarpon would be a blast, but I think you have better odds if you can go to Florida. I hate saying
that. For sure. That having been said, hey, and this stands for like any of you guys who are up north and having issues with it. It's getting cold. You guys are having to deal like with all your fishing shutting down. Right now is the time where we start getting those really big redfish. Anybody makes their way to Port Aransas, Texas, let me know. This time of year, let me know. We'll take you out. I'll walk you down to the jetty, and we'll get you guys into some big redfish.
There you go. Yeah, so here in Texas, Texas Parks and Wildlife is in charge of the stocking for rivers, lakes, and such. And so if you have a body of water that's cut off from the public, i.e. private property all around it, like Lake McQueenie, where there's no public boat ramp, there's no public access, they will not stock that for you. So the property owners need to come up with their own way of, there's already fish there because they used to stock and they're a part of the river chain, but they won't stock them anymore, which I think is right because our taxes are paying for those fish they're stocking. You won't let us, the public, fish that lake, then you don't get the fish.
Mm-hmm. 5-foot alligator gar. That's pretty big.
That's a big one. Yeah.
He's not around anymore, but what was it? Triple Tail TV.
Yep.
He set a water body record for gar about a year ago on one of these lakes over here. I don't know which one.
Yeah, he was fishing with somebody guiding gar, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's that guy. What's his name? Captain Eric, Real Locos or something.
Yeah, Real Locos. I know
he was hanging out with those guys.
You say he's not around anymore. Did he move away or something?
He did move. I believe he moved back out here by me, but he's got a different job and just other stuff going on that's preventing him from doing anything real. Like he might be, maybe he's focused on Facebook. I don't know. I just don't see him on YouTube anymore. And I haven't spoken to him in a while out here, even though he just moved a little closer.
Yeah, the cool thing about down here is you can do so many different things. There's jetties to fish. There's the beach, which is always cool, even if you're not catching fish. Just being on the beach is cool. And then you've got piers that you can fish from if you're into that type of fishing. And then if you want to get a guide to take you out, I mean, you can do so much fishing down there on the coast. And the cool thing, what hooked me on saltwater the first time me and my buddy Joel went down there and took the boat down is in 2 days of fishing, we caught 15 different species. You just never know what you're going to catch when you put a line in the water down there. They weren't all something you wanted to catch, right? But we're counting them because, there's certain lakes around. You're going to catch some bass, some bluegill, maybe crappie, right? And that's it. But you go to the saltwater, man, you never know.
Never know. What's up, Redneck Connection? Good to see you.
What's up, man?
Good evening. Good evening.
7 foot. Gosh, I can't.
Yeah, I'd like to get into a 7-footer.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's one of those that you see them put the noose, the rope around them and hold them in the water.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Bait the hook.
What's up, man?
Good to see you bait the hook.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones. So one of the things that I love fishing with my dad is he eats everything. And he gets weird about it. Like in saltwater, it's like, hard heads, no. I'll take a pass on that. Whiting, it's been done. I'm just going to let this guy go. Gaff tops, it's like, it's not exciting. We do it like every freaking weekend, 50 times a year. But we get out, like once in a blue moon, we get out to, we go up and get a hotel up in Waco for Thanksgiving to hang out with my brother, or an Airbnb or something like that. We go to Oklahoma to see family up there, something along those lines. And we go out to a pond and we do a little bass fishing, or we're on the river, the lake, and we catch into some catfish or something like that. And all of a sudden, my dad, he gets excited again like he's a kid. And it doesn't matter. It can be like a 6-inch bass. He's keeping that thing and we're going to cook it. It doesn't matter if we have leftover from Thanksgiving. We've got 15 pounds of turkey and mashed potatoes and all this stuff to eat. He caught a bass. We're eating it. So like we're talking about these gars. All I hear with this is like, now, how do you fillet that thing again? I know those scales or something else. And I know Dad's going to want to eat it.
Yeah, I've seen guys use shears right? And just cut down the back with the shears, then you spread the thick ass skin and scales off, and then that's the back straps. You just take that out, and usually everybody I have not had gar, but most people I see who make some type of gar balls type thing where they mix it with different stuff and then fry it. And so I don't know.
That's interesting. That sounds like ladyfish to me. Got to try it.
I know they used to smoke gar and can it, like jar it, like canned meat, canned gar.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear that,
anything, yeah.
Anytime I hear somebody say, "Oh, it's great smoked," oh, so it's not good other way.
Right.
I don't know. The way I look at it, almost anything is good smoked. Might be good other ways, but smoked is just good too.
Yeah.
But there are some fish that people only eat smoked. So
that's the only way that I eat menhaden.
In Michigan, there's a certain time of year where there's a sucker run in the rivers, and they use these giant.
I've heard suckers are good.
There's a frame, and there's this huge net that people can lower like as a group, and you lift and you rotate it, and then they got like old refrigerators where they tore the insides out and made them into smokers, and they just
I've heard about that.
And it's freaking delicious. So I don't know if I'd eat a sucker any other way, but they're good that way.
I want to try it once. We went trout fishing up in when we were in Wisconsin, and my brother-in-law got a trout. I didn't. I got a sucker. And so I'm sitting there like, oh, this is a fish I have never caught before. This is the most amazing thing ever in the history of forever. What is it, and how do I eat it? And they're like, you know what? You got to let this one go. Sorry, it's not worth keeping right now. They said in the wintertime we'll eat them, but in the summertime they're just mushy and you're not going to get anything out of it. So ever since then, I'm like, okay, I just got to wait for winter, and then I get to eat this guy. It's probably going to be amazing. What's that?
You're going to Wisconsin in the winter?
At some point we got to. I mean, I want to go deer hunting. I want to go and enjoy like outdoors in snow and stuff.
Appreciate you, Ken. Cheers.
Yeah.
I've never tried. I gotta pace myself.
I'm working on it, man. I got that much left. It might be
another one I've never had. That is another one I've never had. I've never had any kind of eel. I've hooked an eel and looked at it and went, ooh, gross. And how do I get this thing off my line? Because it wraps itself all around. But no, I've never eaten it.
The eel they do in sushi is amazing. I love that eel. I don't even know what kind it is.
Wow. Well, I might have eaten it that way and just don't know. Because I've eaten sushi and don't know what the hell's in it.
Right. What's up, Ralph? Chucking. Good to see you, Ralph.
Oh, wow, that's a name from way back when.
Yeah, no kidding. Been a minute.
Wow. Yeah, I missed that one, Jag. Paparone put out a video making sucker pancakes.
Dude, Jag, I know. And I know you're up north. I tell you what, my brother just moved back to Vermont, so I am going to be in the vicinity now. I don't like New York. Not gonna lie. But I do want to head upstate and hang out. But that's my excuse for why I haven't been there. The New York thing scares me. People, I want to be away from people.
Or Tyson or something like that.
Unagi, yeah, that's the one.
Unagi. I know we've got them in the river. Well, we have eel in the river, the Ohio River here, but I've seen them caught. I've never caught one.
Go catch one and eat it and tell us how it is.
I am going to do. We have some eel. I forget what they're called down here. I'll get into in the bay, but also we have those. What are those things they use for kingfish baits? Those cutlass fish.
Oh, ribbon fish.
Ribbon fish. Yeah. So those guys work their way into the marinas in like January here. My very first beach fishing video of this year, I was with my cousins and we went out and had a night, went beach fishing. So we had a great day, had a fun video of it. But we had a bunch of those guys right at the dock. I'm going to go catch a few of those guys and I'm going to try cooking them up for fun. Those and needlefish. I want to know what those taste like.
Caught needlefish. I've never caught ribbon fish. I've seen them. I've just never caught them.
Yeah, they're seasonal.
Setting up a fishing / media room. All right.
I want one of those.
Fishing, just put fishing gear in it. Now the media part, I don't know what kind of media you're looking at, like something theater type or studio,
like a studio. You're doing your whole like that kind of thing,
that kind of stuff. Or
I got all kinds of stuff like lighting and.
So let me drop some Amazon affiliate links here.
Yeah, exactly right.
There you go.
Jag, I want you to know, dude. Yeah, one day, you're in like my. I can't tell you where you fall on my list, but dude, you're right up there. I promise you, you're like a top 3 guy that I'm dying to get up there and spend a day with. I promise you.
Gnarly vampire Satan eelfish.
Exactly. That's what I was going to title the video too.
And they're so shiny. They look like they're chrome, right?
And they're vicious. Like if you watch that video I did back in January, we had a couple of drinks and I was down at the dock and I was just putting my finger in the water and just doing this on the surface of the water, and they're coming up and attacking me. And they've got those gnarly looking teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, so the needlefish, they both got gnarly teeth.
I wouldn't just looking at them, you wouldn't think they'd have much meat on them, but
I wouldn't think so either.
I'm it's going to be one of those where I'm betting you just cook it whole.
Yeah,
they look magical on a plate.
Now, I've seen somebody do. I think I've told you guys, maybe not. I've seen somebody do ladyfish, but the way he did it is he filleted it, and then he took a spoon and just gently scooped the meat so he didn't get the bones. And like that gar I was talking about, he made these little like fish meatballs out of it. So I
tried that. I've tried ladyfish 3 or 4 times, and I'm going to keep doing it until we get it right. But I've tried it. The meat it's gelatinous, so it doesn't come out good. I can see, you put it in a blender, you mix it in to make a dip or something, fine. And I've tried that spoon thing. Now maybe if you did the spoon backwards, I don't know. But literally the problem with them is that every scale, they got a lot of scales. Every scale has a bone, and it's not like a heavy duty bone. It's like a piece of hair. So if you miss just one of those, it's like having hair stuck in your teeth when you're eating it. Like it's really like one of the 3 worst fish that I've ever tried to eat, just because of the bones. It's just like hair.
Yeah, that don't sound good at all to me.
No, I don't like hair in my food. That's about my biggest. I think I'd rather find a bug than a hair.
Or a hard bone. Like if it was a hard bone, you can just peel it out. It'd be fine. But
big bones you can eat around. But yeah, the little bones. I don't like fish bones either.
Dude, Jag, I can't even tell you how high on my. Salmon might be number 1 on my bucket list. It might, like, if it's not, it's right there. I'm not even kidding about that. Salmon is super high for me.
Jeffrey Dahmer ate people fish, huh?
I have not gotten into the Dahmer series. I haven't any of it.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people into it.
I followed it when it was news, when it happened. I got no interest in that shit.
I gotta say, like, I love that actor. The Dahmer thing's kind of overdone for me, but I gotta say, like, that whole they use that sound clip from I just want to take a few pictures or whatever that. Yeah. I hear that on a shorts video or something. I am out of that video. Like, I'm swiping away so fast. I'm so sick of like already hearing it. It's right up there with the just wait for it. Like, nothing makes me swipe faster right now than hearing that sound or telling me to wait for it. I will not.
Yeah. And on TikTok, I'm getting to where do something for part 2. I'm like, oh shit, no. If there's a part 2, even though I'm doing parts, I changed it to updates because I thought about it. I said, damn, here I am I'm doing parts for the trailer work, and I don't like that. So I was like, okay, I'll just call them updates. That's different, right?
Man, I like that approach. Actually, I respect that. I respect that you're seeing what somebody else is doing that's like, it gets under your skin, and you're respectful of your audience, where you're like, what, this is annoying me. I'm going to do something that, even if it's the same thing, I want to do it in a more respectful way. Like, I appreciate that you do that.
Thanks.
Change it up a little bit.
I will watch it. Jag, my wife is totally into she likes the true crime stuff. She is a big Bailey Sarian fan. When we did the conference earlier this summer, her whole thing for me was I was supposed to kidnap Bailey Sarian and get pictures and stuff for her, which I failed at. But yeah, so we are going to end up watching it. We're going to end up seeing it. I'm just that one sound clip. When it actually comes on in the series, when he says that, I just want to take some pictures. I can tell you right now, I'm just going to be like
cringy.
Yeah, it's like
yeah, I've got zero interest.
Yeah, I'll probably end up watching it, but we'll see.
Heard it was good, and that dude's good. I love everything. I forget his name, but he's the guy that played Quicksilver in the Marvel movie, in the X-Men movies.
Smells like the house is on fire. Is that good or bad? That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, if the smoke detector doesn't go off, are they even cooking?
Right?
Holy shit, I hope my wife is not watching this.
Right in the back of the head.
Tonight is my wife's night to do dinner. I do not need her hearing this before she cooks.
Jeez.
I'm better cooked than that.
I mean, the smoke detector goes off on occasion.
Not very often.
I love it. Do what Jag does. He took the batteries out.
There you go.
Grant, I want to see you do a shorts clip thing, whatever that thing is. Do it with
smoke detector going off.
Yeah. What are y'all's goals? Oh, hey, Christopher. Hey, I like this. This is perfect. Christopher Vale is saying, I have a question. What are y'all's goals as a group and as individual channels?
Good one.
Dude, yeah, I like that. Grant?
I don't know, but that is a good one.
I got some thoughts. I can throw some darts.
Good one.
When I first started, when I got monetized, I started thinking, hey, this thing's going to build and be self-sustaining. It's additional income. And then I got to the point probably in the last, I haven't done much in the last year. Next year, I think will be a lot better. But I got to the point where, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do, right? And post the videos I want to post when I feel like posting them and leave it like that. I get $100, $200 a month, out of the gig. That helps buy some beer or something. What the hell? But yeah, I've drawn down from the I want to be a deer meat for dinner level. I'm not going to put that effort in, because once you've done this for a little bit, you realize it's a lot of effort. It's not just, he got lucky by a video and this and that. People put a lot of work in if they're going to do this for a living. So, and I already got a full-time job. And
it's also, I want to throw into that, because you're absolutely right. And I'm kind of on the fence with my answer, which is going to be similar. But it's like, it's not just that it's a lot of work, which it is. It's a lot more work than it looks like. But it's also, you have to decide, I am enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying going out to the beach and filming a couple times a year and making these videos that I enjoy, and I'm doing what I like, and I'm comfortable with this and I'm good. If you're going to go to the other side of the fence and you're like, I'm going to do this, this is going to be a full-time endeavor. We're not even talking about like deer meat for dinner size, but if you're going full-time, that means on Thursday you're going fishing. That doesn't matter if Monday is the good day to go fishing and Thursday sucks. You're going fishing on Thursday because that's what your schedule requires you to do. It's like, I really want to go out and hang out with my friends on the boat. We want to go to Michigan. We want to go have some time. Let's go film some videos in Michigan. I cannot. My audience is here for Padre Island videos, and I have to go film at Padre Island. Even if the conditions suck, it's the time of year when I have to have Padre Island videos. You have to decide whether, what direction are you going to go? Yep. Are you going to go so far into it to where it's like it is now making decisions for you? That can get a lot
stressful. Of those like YouTube experts, right, that advise people on how to grow their channels and stuff. They're like, you got to give the people what they want. You got to film. Well, you know what? I don't want to film that kind of stuff. I want to film what I film, and the people that like what I film will find me, right? Hopefully, and leave it like that. Like Mark said, I like sharing what I do, what I want to do. I'm not going to go film some silly, goofy stuff that's the hot thing now, to get people to follow me. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to keep doing me and filming until I don't feel like filming anymore. And then if people like it, awesome. I appreciate that. I love that. But if they don't like it, then kick rocks.
Yes. I love that term, by the way. It's one of my favorite terms.
Yep. It's either about making memories or making money, and hopefully you can do a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. A bit of both.
Yep. My approach is I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I require myself to have fun with this. I have to enjoy it. I have to be able to take time off. I'm about to take time off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am super tired right now, especially after Sharkathon. I'm ready to take a vacation. So expect me to be out of the game in December, if not, mid-November. I have to enjoy what I'm doing, and I do want to be a 1 million subscriber channel. I do want to be big. I am going to work hard, and I'm going to put in the effort. I will let some things dictate some of my decisions, but at the end of the day, I'm only going to go so far into that. If I have to make a choice between having fun and having 1 million subscribers, and that's like a stupid throwing a dart kind of thing to refer to, but if I have to decide between those two things, I am going to decide having fun. I am going to, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I am here because I enjoy the experiences that I have. I am here to share them. And if I'm sharing them in my way that I enjoy doing it, and that means that I'm hurting myself in some kind of way to where I'm not going to hit 1 million subscribers, c'est la vie.
Yep. Yeah, Grant, all ears.
Let's hear it.
Christopher, I know we've just recently become friends, but my YouTube career of 5 years, I guess now, it's been up and down. I mean, I got swatted. I quit YouTube for a couple months then. And for the past 2.5 years, we've been going through some issues, lawsuits and stuff with my wife. It's been rough. You got to have motivation for one. And when you got a lot of other stuff going on in your life, it's hard to do YouTube. If it wouldn't be for these two guys over here, I wouldn't even be on here tonight. So thank you, John and Stanley. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Next week, where are we going to be at?
Oh, of course. No breaks.
Stanley.
No breaks.
You need it, I can do it. Just tell me.
No, you know what? Hey, I'm going to do it. I'm hosting next week. So if you're not subscribed to Stanley Orchard channel, please do. Links are in the description down below. I wasn't able to do pictures and stuff like that tonight. I promise you, if you post them in the Discord, I've got a link for that right there. Come and join us. Post your pics. I will double down on everything next week. I'm going to make it up to everybody that I failed this week on this one. And I'll see if I can't come up with something special to make it extra special for being as tired as I am.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday over at Stanley Orchard.
Jack, I'll hit you.